Should I confront my husband about his affair? My name is Paul Friedman, and I'm going to give you enough context and information so that you can decide for yourself. I mean, my first response, by the way, I founded the Marriage Foundation. This isn't something that we don't take very seriously. We take it very seriously. And generally, the rule of thumb is no, you shouldn't. But let's talk about what's happening here. Let's pull back a little and not just deal with the fact that your husband is having an affair. Let's look at the fact that he would not be having an affair if your marriage wasn't falling apart, wasn't slipping, or maybe racing towards divorce. It's unreasonable to think that an affair is something that just happens. It doesn't just happen. Now, it could happen that he got drunk at a party and without knowing what he was doing, kissed a neighbor. That could happen. And in that case, yeah, you could confront him with the old rolling pin, metaphorically speaking. But if he's having an affair, your marriage is not what it was supposed to be. It's not happening for him, and that means it's not happening for you. Now, once in a great while, because you could write in to our counselors, once in a great while, we'll hear from somebody who says, I'm completely blindsided. I had no idea. Our marriage has been phenomenal. He loves me. We have great sex. We have great times. We go out together. We spend time with the children. We go on vacation. Everything is nice. I can't believe he's having an affair. Really rare. Usually, what's happening is the marriage that he is in, which means in the marriage that you are in also, because there's only two of you in what I call the sacred space of marriage. There's only two of you there. So if one of you is unhappy, the other one is going to be unhappy too. And seeing as you got married in order to be happy means the marriage is not functioning. So that's the most important point, is that you need to be realistic and acknowledge the fact that this is not a one-time thing based on some whimsy. It may be a one-time thing, or it may be the second or third time, but the most important thing is that your marriage isn't properly functioning. If it were, he'd have no desire to have an affair. Maybe he might smile back at a woman, but he'd have no desire to be with her. Because if he's happily married to you, you're satisfying all of his needs. And because he's a man, they're simple needs. And you might be saying, oh yeah, for sex. No. Men don't get married for sex. Every man knows that sex slows down for most people after they're married. More than that. Your husband got married to you because he felt you would give him unconditional love. How it manifests varies. There's a lot of ways that I can say, yes, this is definitely indicative of unconditional love, but that's what's missing for him. If you confront him, coming back to the main point, what is a confrontation? And some psychologists will say, well, you could do it nicely. Oh, really? That's like a sword that is very sharp. It goes in smoothly. That's nicely with a confrontation. A confrontation, think of the word, confront. You're holding up to him this terrible thing. It's an attack. You may say it's a counterattack. That doesn't matter. It's an attack. What do you do if you're confronted? Well, there we go back to biology. It's very simple. We have an animal body. It has trained our mind to behave in emergencies as an animal. Confronted means danger. Fight or flight. That's it. Flight looks like lies, promises that it'll never happen again, distractions, blaming you. That's flight. That's running away from it. Fight means it's your fault. You're not giving me enough sex. You're not treating me well. It's all your fault. Blame. That's fight. Or going, I don't care. If you don't like it, let's end the marriage. So those are your two options when you confront somebody. And it doesn't have to be just with this, any topic. Confrontation simply doesn't work. Why do people do it? Because they don't know better. Some people do it even when they know better. Out of rage. Wow. So then you're being controlled by anger and doing something you know won't work. So that's why we always advise. We don't tell you what to do, but we advise. It's better not to confront. Ever. Because some people write back and they say, well, how about after things get better? I've been reading your book, and now I understand. Should I confront my husband now? No, you should not. But I don't advise reading my book for this. It's not enough information. It gives you lots of information. The books are great. Got a couple books. They're wonderful. And you should definitely subscribe to the videos so you can learn about how we approach marriage, which is really different from everyone else. Now, some of the outer things will appear the same, but everything that we do is based on rock-hard principles like gravity. So it's a different approach to marriage. So if you're in a situation where your marriage is so dysfunctional, I have a course where I've put everything together that takes you step by step, that brings you back onto the right track. And then you don't confront your husband then either. What you do is you repair your marriage. Didn't always have a course. I used to meet with clients and all I had was the book. I even met with clients before I had the book, but the book really helps. The books are great, but don't start with the book. Take a look at the videos that I have and see if it resonates with you. See if you can appreciate where I'm coming from. Because I'm all about education, showing you, exposing to you, and letting you make the right decision. And then, of course, you could write into our counselors and they'll guide you to make sure that you're looking at things correctly. Marriage is supposed to be amazing. You got married to be happy, didn't you? You got married to be happier every single day. You don't want to go through this for the rest of your life. Fix it now. Don't bring it up about the affair. If you get on this, you will bring your marriage back into where it's supposed to be, not where it ever was necessarily. Unfortunately, because of the amount of disinformation in our world that has so many things wrong with it, There's so much disinformation and misinformation about marriage that people are totally confused. So I give you really hard principles. They're strong principles so that you can bring your marriage into the right place with the right effort. And it's not extreme effort. In the beginning, it's harder. I'm not going to lie to you. It's harder in the beginning because you're sliding now and you got to stop the slide and then start moving in the right direction. But you can do it. Our success rate is incredible. You can read the reviews. Now, it's true, occasionally we have some bad reviews on some weird sites, but those are not people who have taken our course. Those are always people who have written in and didn't hear what they wanted to hear. So if you're like that, don't even write in, because you're going to have to do some work. But it's worth it. It's so worth it, because marriage is amazing when you do it right. And that's where we want to get you. I hope this was helpful. So I'm going to leave you there. Again, subscribe, share, like, all the ritual stuff to do with YouTube. And blessings to you, blessings to your husband. Don't freak out. You can repair your marriage. You can. I've seen it most of the time. We rarely have a failure. And blessings to your family. Thank you.